Legendary producer Ninth Wonder says, give the youth some grace. Now, in a recent interview with Sway in the Morning, legendary producer Ninth Wonder spoke about giving the youth time to learn. So there's a video attached to this. Let's watch it. And then I got a couple questions lined up.
When I was 13 years old, I was Slick Rick and Big Daddy Kane and Beastie Boys. I ain't want to hear the OJs in my free time. You know what I mean? So why should we expect a kid who was born in maybe 2008 to just accept a 90s rapper just because we said it? I mean, it's just it's unfair to them. You have to give them time to grow up and get their palate right. And once their palate get right, they'll come to you and say, man, I just discovered Cool G rap, or I just discovered Nas, and you'll just smile and be like, word, okay, now it's time to give you the rest. And we don't do that enough. We think they supposed to know everything from Wu-Tang Clan at age 15 in 2026. It's like, what? It's like, we don't understand how big the abyss of hip-hop is. Wu-Tang Clan is a class and a study by itself. It takes a person so long to get through that. So we can't expect a 15 and a 16-year-old, although they have access to it, because we didn't have 700,000 new songs of streaming every day of every week. We didn't have that. It was filtered to us. So it's a new rapper. It's hundreds of thousands of new rappers facing these kids every week. And I don't think we understand that. So we have to give them grace to understand it. Give them time.
Give them time.
They'll do it. They'll get into it.
So shout out to Ninth. That's some very insightful game right there that he dropped. Made me actually sit back and look at myself a little bit different. But I'll go to the first.
You be on their head.
I do, and then sometimes it's unfair. You know,
sometimes
65% of the time.
Okay.
But I want to roll out the first question. Has streaming made people bigger fans of songs than artists? And is that changing hip hop culture for the better or worse?
I think streaming and social media
combined
has made people get into songs. Like, there are young people that have an awareness of records that might be 30 years old because they're attached to some trend. Maybe some dance or something happened, and then all of a sudden they become aware of a specific song, and maybe they'll become aware of the artist, you know, if they want to do a little bit more research.
Right.
It's just so much of an opportunity to find the music and research the music, what we didn't have, you know, 30 years ago. But at the same time, I understand kids, they have their own vibe now. They don't want their dad coming into the party and being like, well, why don't you try this Pete Rock and CL Smooth on for size? I
think as it relates to the part of the question about streaming and has it, you know, made people bigger fans of songs than artists, I actually think that's true because of we're in the microwave generation where everything happens so fast. They don't spend enough time with the artists like we had no choice.
You're talking about newer artists.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the concept of how people listen to music.
Okay,
like,
I was talking about how maybe younger people become aware of older songs.
No, I got you on. I'm with you on that part. I'm just talking about as it relates to the streaming. If we want to go the younger route, because Ninth was talking about the youth, right?
Okay.
So I think younger people now get attached to songs, moments, dances, all that type of stuff that you were talking about, because they're not forced to spend time with records like we had no choice but to do. So it's kind of like we can go through the next one. He talked about all the songs that were available, how many artists are available. That's like it being in the candy store. I can just find an artist. I don't have to get attached to them. I just find what I like, move to the next one. So I think that part of the question is happening. As it relates to, is it changing the culture for the better or the worse? I mean, I don't know, man, because there is a way that you can still go back and listen to, you know, I'm trying to get the Talking Book, Stevie Wonder. You can go back and find that because it's on the stream, like it's on services. You can go listen to Off the Wall if you want to. So it's still there. So I'm not going to say that it's necessarily ruining it, but he made a good point when he said we were filtered. It was filtered and presented to us a certain way.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to actually touch on.
Yeah, they have a whole, it's like getting the whole world in your hands and then you have to figure out how to navigate it. I think that's the big difference. Go ahead, Terry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the key word is filtered, because being a part of the culture back then, we didn't have as many artists, like he said, to even listen to. So you had these few
or the up and comers that somebody said was dope, you check them out, but they weren't. They're put through a siphon. Yeah. Essentially, like right now, you can post whatever you want online, and anybody can consume it. Yeah. But and that actually was a big part of the culture too, being able to find the dope in even the stuff that was filtered out to you, production wise, like you were talking about, you reading the credits and things of that nature. That in itself would introduce you to other artists. True. So like if a Ninth Wonder or a Dr. Dre sampled this song, and I liked it, I might pick that song up, and that might take me down a rabbit hole of information and learning about this artist and where they was at, and that might lead to another artist. So I was kind of jumping back and forth between the new and the old based off that. And of course, people's parents listen to stuff too. Right. Yeah. Right now, I think is such an oversaturation that it's hard to tap into that. And we fail to realize that. Give them some grace. Yeah. Eventually, they'll develop their palate musically and be able to tap back in. But like streaming as a whole has changed how people listen to music. Mm-hmm. You don't have to marry the music. You don't have to spend money on it. You're paying for a service essentially,
and all you can eat buffet.
Yeah. So when the album drops on Friday now, on whatever streaming platform you use, you can look on there and be like, okay, I'll listen to this when I get a chance, because there's no urgency to take it in or listen to it unless it's an artist you're really checking for.
Because it's going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be there. So now I'm playing a game of, do I want to spend my time listening to this album? And if I don't like it 5 songs into it, I'm moving on. Yeah. Versus if I pay money for an album, there you go. Even if I don't end up liking this album, I'm still going to listen to it all the way through. I might listen to it again all the way through to make sure I really don't like this album, versus just pressing play on whatever album is available to me on this streaming platform. So that in itself has diluted the music as a whole, because people don't have to live with the music any longer.
Walked into the store, paid $26.99 for Wu-Tang Forever. I'm gonna listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, because you
know how much money I had to spend to save up or whatever to get that.
You're literally invested. I think that's
especially when you're only making $5.25 an hour.
Come on, man! I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. The enhanced DVD. I need all that. I paid my money for it. Go ahead, Lone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if necessarily we value songs more than artists. I think the value that people have for artists they like is the same. Mm-hmm. I think what gets lost is what's in between what Terry just described. Where if this is an artist that I care about, yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. Right. But if it's somebody that I'm not really sure about, that investment isn't there anymore. To where like I'm spending $20 on a Jurassic 5 CD that I don't really know. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to it because I put that money towards it. Nowadays, I can just stream it a little bit and get rid of it. Yeah. So it's like. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like I can't compare the two. I feel like it's easier for us to flip through the Rolodex now than that's a dated thing, and if anybody knows what that is, but it's easier just to flip through songs and kind of like get a snippet of everything, and so it can feel like we don't value artists or that people aren't necessarily like still consuming in a similar way. I think people are consuming more actually.
Because they're consuming things they wouldn't ordinarily consume.
Exactly. I just don't think that the level of depth doesn't also go up, right? So it's like a supply and demand thing. It's like the supply and demand based upon somebody's attention span is the same as it's always been. Mm-hmm. We just have so much supply of music right now that, me as a human then and me as a human now, I still don't have this. I don't have all of a sudden, because there's 700,000 songs coming out every day, I don't have 700,000 more minutes to listen to music, all right? So it's like I can skim it a little bit better, and I still value, artists that I value, but the song, the nature of it being a song, I don't necessarily think it's a hip hop thing. I think it's just it's a societal thing.
I think what you said is correct, because I had to put myself into fan mode, and I was the one that talked about the actual, as it relates to the youth, the songs being a little bit more important. But I can't say that there aren't younger people that are fans. Like I'm a fan of Little Brother. I got on the road to go see them because
fandom has not changed. I don't think at all.
No, not at all.
But what I'm saying is I'm attached to the artist.
Right. Well, so I'm just reiterating what you're saying. I'm just saying, the fandom is still there.
Yeah, it's like that. To your point, that still exists. Yeah. It still exists.
Jackson is younger than us. He's fans of specific artists.
Facts.
He might check out other people. Even people that we suggest, he might check it out.
And he's fans of people that was making music way before he was
just because
born.
they're younger doesn't mean they're less of a human.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I think we expect everybody to be idiots based on how we see things online.
Yeah.
But we got to realize too, a lot of things online isn't a real image of this person.
Right.
And doesn't really, explain exactly what they're into, so to speak. I mean, obviously TikTok is the rave right now. Everybody goes to TikTok. If you make a song and it's popular on TikTok, that can make you in itself buy it. You know what I'm saying? So people value that platform for singles specifically in order to get themselves out. It's not even more so that they like the artist. They know it's popular on YouTube or TikTok. So I'm going to use this song because it's going to build in the algorithm and make me be visible based on that. But honestly, we don't know what people really listen to, or even the younger generation, what got them to what they're listening to. And like he said, everybody evolves at some point. Mm-hmm. Your palate's going to change. I mean, everybody sitting at this table, musical palette has changed over the years, and things I used to listen to back then, maybe I don't listen to so much now. And I like this version versus that version. So, I mean, that's going to happen. Yeah. We can't just wash our hands of what we deem as not good or not a Friday classic, as you call it, based on somebody's personal taste.
Oh, yeah, 24 hours,
24-hour classic.
To finally evolve and listen to some other
Does anybody here disagree with Knight's statement about the older generations being too harsh on the younger when it comes to this?
I'm going to raise my hand.
Okay.
we in a meeting session. This is a therapy session now, right? I am one of the people that was in the camp of harder on the youth, right? But as I started to, J-Boy made a good point when he talked about listening to his younger cousins or talking to younger people, even Champ, like talking to him and seeing what he likes. It opened my eyes because once you realize that you're older and everything evolves and it's not about what you like and what you used to like when you were 16 because the world has changed. Mm-hmm. Once you get that part out of the way, then you learn how to accept what is what and just be comfortable with that. And it took me a while to learn that because I'm like, no, y'all missing out on this. And man, I can remember when the Chronic came out and you need to go listen. All that's unnecessary. He said they'll find it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He said through conversation, through whatever, they'll find it. I had to learn that they'll find it. And I have to just live with that and be like, yo, they'll come onto it. And if they have questions, we'll talk about what that era was like.
Or they won't.
Yeah. And I'm not mad either way. Yeah. So that's what I had to learn.
But either way, trying to force it down somebody, force it on, that's not going to do what you want to do anyways.
It's actually going to run them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
It's kind of the same way, like when we was coming up, our parents didn't like none of the shit we was listening to. Man. But they didn't listen to it, though.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So we came from a time and era where this version of music was ours.
Yeah.
Our parents didn't rock with it at all. If anything, they shunned it. And we've evolved to where like some of that, even that shit we was listening to, we don't like. But the only gripe that I have against youth as far as music is concerned is when they present their version like it's better than a version that they've never listened to or been a part of, or even that video we had watched a while ago where the dude was talking about not liking certain drums and I don't like samples and this, that
when he called it that unk shit.
Yeah. Then you shouldn't be part of the culture if one of the, reasons that you're here, you don't rock with it. So those are the type people or kids that I don't appreciate, or I feel like they're just in it just to be in it. Yeah. They have no love for it, or even like, and I don't know if Yachty be trolling when he says shit, but like
probably
when he talked about I've never listened to that album, and they kind of wear it as a badge of honor that I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah, but
that's the only thing that I don't like.
I think about like, just my dad's generation, who was, big fan of the Temptations, that Motown generation.
Fire.
But at the same time, by the time he wasn't even 40 years old, things had shifted so hard into what hip hop is that there was no opportunity. I've talked to DJ Rasul about this. It was like hip hop made a certain generation of black people uncool way quicker than they would have ordinarily been, because things shifted so quickly into such a whole nother direction.
Yeah, that's true.
My godson loves this cat, Lil Tecca. Went to go see him in concert, and I was just like, I see why he would like it, but it's not my thing. But at the same time, I can understand where if I try to get him to listen to Method Man, I can see where he wouldn't be into this. Because it sounds old to him, and that sounds crazy because it makes us. It has a potential to make us feel old.
We are.
But we are, exactly.